My fucking charger is a piece of shit. I broke it. I guess I'm a piece of shit, so I'm gonna always be hitting this button just to make sure it's charging.
Good luck.
I know. Fuck. It's all good.
You could probably is it about Jerry rigging?
No, not even. It's like it just sucks ass. I crushed it and it does what it wants now. It's
That
cool.
reminds me of my problems from because I haven't had that problem in a long time, but I remember being in middle school and always having to plug my phone in and then wrap the charger around the top of the phone.
Oh yeah, I was just doing that earlier this year. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's the angle of the charger is what makes it charge. So if it's not plugged in at that particular angle, and what the reason you find that out, a lot of people probably relate to this right now. I forget this is still a problem people go through. You're reminding me. So it's you figure it out because you plug your phone and it doesn't charge. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you have to start to wiggle it around.
One of the things that got me, so what happens is you have dust getting stuck.
Oh yeah,
in the little hole sometimes. And so I went to a cell phone guy and he used a little tool and with the little brush and he poured out all of the gunk and it was able to get the charge back. So a lot of times you just got to get your hole clean.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to put your face at the bottom of your phone and just suck in and just get it all out of there. You can use a vacuum, but I feel honestly, it's more effective because you can just spit it out. So just,
Become a Kardashian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clear your phone and become a Kardashian.
Yeah. Yeah. Wax your phone while you're at it.
This is a crazy way to start this episode. I think it's on brand. It's on brand for both of us.
While we're addressing the beginning of the episode, we should say hello and welcome to episode 227, folks, of Ruse Radio. We are back at it again. With who is it in the Ruse stew in the podcastle? Who's here today?
It is the one, the only. It's your mama's favorite, Kyrie Da Comic.
Oh my God.
Locally known and grown, but also, I be getting flown, so I'm all around with it. I'm an international player with it, you feel me? But I'm happy to be here with you, dog. You got a little buzz in Chicago, so I got to come slide on my dog, Ruse, see what's going on up here. People were saying that we might get in trouble because I like to have fun.
Oh, really? People were telling you that?
Yeah.
I always worry that I'm going to get other people in trouble somehow.
I get people in trouble. That's oh, shit. Y'all gonna get each other in trouble.
Is this what happens to you?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, this is a thing for you. See, I'm always worried because my thing is I just kind of talk nonstop and I feel like I just then try to justify the things I say. And that's kind of the art of what I'm doing, I feel like. And it's kind of a difficult thing to master, and if you come into that and you don't know what's going on, it's dangerous territory. You might take me serious or something.
Nah, man. You're podcasting at a high clip, man.
When people don't understand, right?
Yeah.
So, people come in, they'll be I feel like it's kind of like people who don't do things at a certain level just could never even understand how that works. People will criticize comedians, but they've never been a comedian before. You don't understand. You have to do all kinds of shit to even do that. So it's I feel like to be a podcaster and to talk all the time, you just have to endure your own ideas at a certain. You have to accept that you're just going to say things, and you just have to keep going.
And one of the things I encourage people is if it's true. That's not even an answer, right? That's not even a thing. Of course it's true.
Yeah.
Make sure it's true to you, because a lot of times as a comedian, you can say stuff you don't mean.
Yeah.
You could be going through a shitty time, and it don't really come from a real place that's rules. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
I think it must just some shit that my rule of thumb is yes, I'm gonna say crazy shit, and it's gonna really be authentically me. So if I'm really hurt and I say emo shit, I felt that shit. I mean that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it to come from an inauthentic place. As long as that shit is authentically me.
Yeah, and I agree with that because I think I feel like that's the only way. For one, I think that it's kind of impossible to do anything really different and good and that's going to change anything without being controversial. People are always going to have an opinion if what you're doing is different. Yeah. And so in that, if you being authentic is different and it makes people feel some type of way, what could you possibly do about that? There's nothing. All you can do is keep being yourself.
It's a byproduct.
Yeah, and that's why I just kind of have learned to, like, if people like what people say matters, like comments matter, but it doesn't at the same time. Like, it really doesn't.
That's true. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't, cause
it's fun to look at, though.
Have you ever tried to send comment someone's opinions?
Right. Well, and the thing to think about too is, like, not only do a lot of people not comment, a lot of people don't even like things. They just view things and scroll. But they watched it and they see you, but they don't actually acknowledge you, so you don't know.
This. If you listening like this, send it to that girl that you think she cute. Even if you're a girl listening, you think she fine. Send this to baddies. We want baddies to pick up the Ruse radio. We want them in the stool with us for the next time I come. We want them around. There's gonna be so many baddies. We're gonna be stacking them in a corner. Like Jenga.
How many baddies
That's
could
what
you
I'm saying.
fit in this shot?
But we're going to get them because you listening, you're going to like this. If you're over 60, you're going to send this to your niece or whatever you got going on. We want people to start supporting people actively. Like, people think you're dope. You know that?
Aww.
People think you're dope.
You serious?
Yeah, people think you're dope.
Oh, you're being sweet.
Yeah, no, but you know, because I ask people about, like, people, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, is this guy cool or lame?
Yeah, like, yo, what's to him? And so, like, but to your point, you need the support of the likes, the shares, the saves, the you know what I mean? Because it's one thing for people to think you're dope, but you want people to actively show it. Don't wait for Ruse to get picked up and he opening for Theo Von or some shit, because that's not cool.
It's not cool.
What's cool is to get on Ruse now and support it now and be like, I fucking told y'all. You know, that's cool.
That is cool. And you know what? It's kind of like, that's why I do that. Like, I try to like everything. I give it a... No, for the most part, I just like everything I see. Like, I almost like if it's my friend and I know it's my friend, I almost always just like it automatically.
Yeah,
and then I watch it. Like, it's not like I don't watch it, but I just kind of automatically do it because I'm thinking, like, if it were them and they were scrolling and they saw my thing, I would want them to do the same exact thing. Because I mean, all that stuff. Like, the thing is, it doesn't matter. But again, it does. It's both, because people do look at that, and people do look at how many likes you get and how many followers you have and all this. And the whole thing is a game. The whole thing is engagement and all this. And so if it's your friend, like what I can do, anybody can do this, because most platforms have this now, and it takes nothing. Is you bookmark things. You literally just bookmark it and add it to like a folder of like I put it in my support folder, and that's literally all it is. Because then like the algorithm thinks I bookmarked it and saved it, but really it's just me showing love to the video, because then the algorithm's gonna think. Do
y'all hear that? You haters?
And that's all you gotta do. It's literally stuff like that. And like in my mind,
thumb motions.
That's how it works. Like, that's kind of like how you feed back into the universe through that system. Like, you could do that in real life, but you can also do it on your phone. Like, it's all about, like, if you expect that type of support, you got to give that type of support.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But also, I think that it's so important for people, not just yourself, because you're clearly doing it, to show love even if they're not getting it.
Right.
Because that's how you attract the type of love and support. You know, because I like to love and support people the same way.
Yeah.
And you that's... Once you do it, you attract that, and then that becomes your aura, that becomes your circle, that becomes your circle of support.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to keep pushing it out there.
Someone told me once, it was Tony Angelos, the realtor. He said your vibe
the person
is...
that sells, like, houses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you familiar with him?
No, not at all.
Yeah, he sells
I just thought that was odd that you had a realtor's advice on the forefront of your brain.
He was episode 121 or something like that. It was around the 120s.
Fuck, that's pretty good memory recall.
Yeah.
I guess you don't forget your jokes on
He was a fun one. But anyway, he told me your vibe is your tribe. And 100%. I thought that was a good way to look at it, right? Like, the vibe you put out is the tribe that you're going to attract. And that's a good thing. Like, you're going to... And, like, the thing about that, too, is like you're going to naturally, like, you'll filter through people that way. Like, if you just put out that energy, the right people are going to come to you anyway, rather than trying.
And they can't stick around.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the beauty of it. And that's when they say, like, oh, you're going to lose friends. Like, that's a part of it, right? Like, if everyone around me is Team Kyrie, someone who's not Team Kyrie is going to stick out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be odd. And they're only going to be around so long because everybody around me is Team Kyrie. And so you don't get people who say the backhanded stuff. They hate a little bit. They secretly jealous. They want to make everything a competition. It makes your life a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
It'll get to the point where your tribe don't even want to people around them that's anti you because we're not moving like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, you'll find you'll find that as you continue to authentically be yourself, that it requires people to authentically love and support you.
Right.
And
you can tell when people are being authentic.
Yeah,
but
because
you really
the fake
can't
love
tell.
didn't melt away.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Drake was right about that.
Oh, man. And he was wrong about so much.
He was wrong about so much, but he was right about that.
That's the one thing.
Yeah, but I mean, fake love, you don't want that. You really don't. I mean, it's kind of it's not fun. What I don't think is fun about like having friendships that don't last is it's always sad how that has to play out over time. Like you'd want it to just be something you realize really quickly, but I think more often than not, it's like something you slowly realize over a matter of months and months. You're like, oh, they're not like a real friend.
No, but honestly, I mean, good riddance. Better now than later. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also one of the things is like, you're going to lose so many friends. You're going to lose friends that you ain't even made yet. You're going to make a friend and lose a friend. You ain't even met the motherfucker yet. But the beauty is one of the things that I look at, not just friends, but like all relationships, all acquaintances, all of the people along this life path, they make me better.
You think so?
100%. Because I learned a lot about myself by dealing with you. I go into situations knowing that I can learn something, either directly or indirectly. So maybe you show me a characteristic and I ignore it. Or you show me a red flag and I ignore it. And then it comes out later. That's a lesson on me. Maybe you come into my life and you're fucking amazing and you love me so much that it makes me uncomfortable. Now, guess what? I need to learn why can't I sit down and allow people to love me that way?
Right.
So directly or indirectly, people going to teach you. You know what I mean? And for that reason, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I walk away every time with a W, even if it's an L, because I learned.
Okay. Because you got to learn from everything.
You got to, dog.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you get into this really dark emo place where I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
What the fuck is the point?
Yeah, well, and I think that's like... Well, I think that's what Stoicism is supposed to be. I think that's the whole idea, is like you're supposed to just be able to experience hardships in life and understand it has nothing to do with you, really. Like, it's more about your perception of it.
I fuck with Stoicism, and I've been told that I look at life really stoic, but you're in entertainment, brother. We have so many ups and downs. My day-to-day can't be dependent on that. I'd be on the fucking side of the road somewhere. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think it's the only way to, again, it's like people who do things. I think it's the only way you could possibly do things is 100%. To not think about things too much and just keep doing things. Like if you're actually getting anything done, you literally cannot do that.
You cannot. And I no knock to people. I shout out to people who do comedy entertainment as a hobby. But once you get into it and it's like a career and you in the game and you off in the porch, you can get a life-changing email on Tuesday. Does that mean you finna go out and do all the drugs and the alcohol Tuesday night?
Right.
No, you're a shitbag on a Wednesday morning and you still have to function in society. So just like other people, you compartmentalize. You say, hey, I'm going to wait till Friday to celebrate and turn up, wait for the right area, the right arena, the right time. There's a time and place.
Yeah.
And so I think that when you start to treat everything the same, it allows you that ability because we be like, waiting on the email and to come through and we're like, and they be like, you're not that funny next time. We're like, fuck. We can't spiral out right then and there, even though we want to. So that's why we treat all of that. There's a poem called "If" by Rudyard Kipling. They say if you can treat those imposters the same, and it's talking about success and triumph and failure. If you can meet those two imposters and treat them the same, then you can be on the road to this to the life of like being a real man, or like somebody your community can really follow, because you have to have the same mindset and the same type of energy level when good or bad comes in. You got to have that same discipline. You got to have that same routine. So say you go out and you kill roast battle, you better wake up the next morning and have your same routine of writing and things like that.
Someone told me once, I want to say, man, I used to be able to remember exactly who said it. I can say it was a tattoo artist.
Nice.
And it was like
I
part
like
of
how
it.
your advice comes from people with the most random jobs. It's like, man,
Right?
that's one hot dog making motherfucker.
I never noticed that about myself, but you're right. You're so right.
A
janitor told me once.
No, because you clearly respect people on their wisdom and not their fucking job. You're like, yeah, so this dude who jerked people off before, yeah. No, yeah, he get them ready. He get them ready.
And I feel like that's important details. Like I think it's important to mention those details because it makes it more interesting. You know?
It does. Like so, this butcher at Walmart was telling.
It makes you remember the advice. You're like, oh shit, who said that?
I'm not gonna lie, it does. I'm like, damn, this tattoo motherfucker.
Yeah. But it was a tattoo guy, and it was because I was in a job training program called Teen Quest, right? So like after the program's over, they have like a guy come and give like a speech. Actually, I think it was like, I can't remember what the context. It was related to Teen Quest. I think maybe it was during Teen Quest. But anyway, so he's giving a speech, and he said that if you wanted to play Madison Square Garden, and that's your goal, that's like your career goal, that's what all you want to do, what you should do is think as if you played Madison Square Garden yesterday. And I thought like, whoa, that's like so genius, because like what you're doing is you're taking the goal and you're making the goal this thing that already has been done. And how would you behave after that thing's already been done? Because goals are just this stupid thing you make up in your mind anyway. And every time you achieve a goal, you're always left thinking, oh, well, what do I do now? So if you think about a goal like is this thing you're never going to achieve, and then you finally achieve it, you're going to be fucked because then you won't know what to do. But if you always thought about it as if you're just the guy who does that thing, then once you do the thing, you're like, oh, hell yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking from the start.
And your aura is different.
Exactly.
I think that, and it's like not hijacking, but you got a book over there about meditation, and I think that's a big part of meditation for me.
Yeah.
Is I think of how I will feel when I get the news. Bro, it gets so different in my mind and so very vivid. I think about how the marble around the pool feels on my feet when I walk around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't know. What do you mean?
So I don't just think about a future crib. I think about the details of a house that I haven't bought yet because I will off of this comedy money. So now people are talking about how the house looks. I'm talking about the smells now. I'm tricking, I'm hijacking my sensory to take my mind to a place that I ain't got yet, but I'm going to because I'm there mentally.
Right.
I'm at the crib. I'm at the hotel after the Madison Square Garden. I'm talking about the follow up with my manager. I'm talking about like, you know what I mean? What does the number sales and things look like? So it's like we can have those goals. But in order to hijack our minds and have those and really manifest that shit, think about the little things. That's why I said like I don't just think about the big crib and the big. I'm thinking about the way the pool smell when I'm out there in the morning. What does the chlorine smell like? What does the view look like? What does the sun feel like on my skin?
Right.
You know what I mean? That type of shit, because now I'm hijacking all of my sensory to live in this moment that I'm trying to pull into this reality.
Interesting. That's an interesting way to think about that. To like think about all of that rather than just like the idea of it.
Oh fuck no, bro! Because, gang, you know I don't want to put my age out there, but man, I'm something. That
so I'm 67.
So I already did my 10 years, and so I my first 10, and so some of the OGs will say like, man, you like a young OG to be, you know, in your mid 30s, you already done did 10 years.
Yeah,
I sacrificed my fucking 20s. But
hey man, some people start in their 30s. So
and there's love to them because I'm in my 30s now.
Yeah.
And the shit that I learned in the first 10 years has been so electrifying that like I appreciate every year of the process.
Yeah.
Shit, I thought I was gonna blow up after 4 years. Jesus Christ, how silly was that?
Don't they
6
all?
years later. But it's
I think music's the same way too, by the way. I think people get this idea it's gonna happen really fast, and it tends to take a while. It tends to take a lot of experience, like to have a long career with longevity and to actually be able to do it. Most of those people were making music for a long time before they got famous.
Man, and it's gonna sound so weird. I've been doing more shrooms lately, but
good for you.
Thank you. So good. I'm helping with the depression. How do I put this? You're gonna hit the point where you're not making your art with people or with success in mind, And that is going to be a really important sweet spot as an artist. It don't matter if you're a singer, rapper, comedian, writer. Your job is to not make art with the idea of it having this material attachment. When you make art and you think, fuck that, right? Like, fuck, I want to walk around this really nice house with a pool. No. When I'm in a writing lab, I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking, how do I want the person to feel when they watch or consume this?
Right.
How do I want them to walk away feeling? How do I want them to think? How do I want them to think about me? You know what I mean? How do I want them to outlook on like to shift? I don't want their relationships to be, after consuming this art, whether it be a set, maybe it's a joke, maybe it's a scene I wrote, a sketch I wrote, whatever. Because once you get into the pocket and you're like creating because of your person to person or to the consumer, that's the most important. That's how you get your 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 core followers that matters. Them people that's going to rock out no matter if you go sell hats or, customizable dildos, they're going to buy it because they fuck with you. They fuck with your brand.
Yeah.
And so, rock out by making that. Like this one sketch I just wrote, super cool. I can't talk too much about it because they're supposed to film it tomorrow. But I wrote it, and the only reason I was able to refine it to the point is because I put the standard up against me. Is this something that if I was watching, am I laughing?
Right.
Did I laugh off of this first page? If not, we back at the drawing board. You know what I mean? Because that's what people are going to fall in love with, right? Like, don't get me wrong, you are you and I'm me.
No, that's good advice.
But you have an idea of what's musically, what sounds good sonically.
Well, when I think of like what I would make musically, what I would put out, what I would release, I would think, what would I want to see? Like, that's the best way I could think about it in my mind. Is like, what is the standard that I would set for the content I would want to see?
And that's what people buy into. They don't get me wrong. They love beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Fuck that. They came because of your standard for music. They came for your standard for hearing something and saying no, yep, no, yep.
Yeah.
And so the same thing, comedy. They came because they know that if Kyrie is in the room and he write a joke and it's he not gonna really put it up.
You know what's funny? One time when I was on mushrooms,
Nice.
I want to say it was 5 grams of mushrooms or so. I came.
A really good dose. I believe a hero's dose is 3.5. This brother is dancing.
Oh, dude. Sometimes I hop up to 7.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. Fucking Vic.
Anyway, 5 grams, and I realized I came to the theory that everything is curation, right? So like everything is curation. Literally everything you ever see. Like you respect people because of what they curate, not because of what they create, but because of what they curate. Because we don't really create anything.
No, they didn't make
but
those
we do
pants that they
bring
got on with
things
the shirt,
together.
and they went out and picked them and put them together.
Yeah.
So we fuck with people that curate fashion.
And
They
the
didn't
reason
actually
you
make
like
that
anybody
blouse.
is like what it's their vision, like their fashion vision, what their mind can curate and bring together. It's not about what it is like they're making. It's the way their mind works.
So it's funny you said that, right? Because when you think about curation, putting things together, I always think that way about a writer.
Yeah, I think it's all art.
It's super artist.
Yeah.
Because you can put a comma here, you can put it there, you can put an and here. It's just like, that's art, man.
Yeah.
Deciding to put a pause here.
Yeah.
Those things. It's just art.
Yeah, and I think that's why, I think what's cool about podcasts becoming a thing too is I think that it's interesting now more than ever. You kind of get to see the way people think in a way you couldn't before. Mm-hmm. Like all these artists, like actors and stuff. You never really got to see an actor talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you kind of get to see the way they think in a way.
100%.
And you never really got that before. It would be just kind of like curated interviews. It would be
100%.
like stuff that you would.
So much shit was curated, bro, but also
through a filter, much more of a filter. Like the curation now is like, is this going to be a fun hang or not?
But also, is the person a shitbag or not?
Yeah.
Like, we used to love people and they were stars. And they would get millions of dollars and people were like the drawers would fall off when they walked past. Like, it would be crazy. People would faint. The baby would faint. Everybody.
Yeah. But you would never, if podcasts were around, Mel Gibson would not be doing all the podcasts. Like if it was 2005.
Fucking Sean Connery. Like it's people who are etched in stone that are like shitbags. Like
I wonder how Christian Bale would have done. He probably actually would have been able to pull it off. I'm trying to think of actors who had like
I
big
know who
ones.
would.
You know?
Fucking what's the guy who he's a freaky frog. He was killing his victims. Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah, Kevin. You know, could have gone either way.
He's literally like if you took a lot of turds and put them in a bag and you tied the bag, a bag of shit. Like that is shit.
Yeah.
That is him.
Would you see that Tim Dillon had him on at the beginning of his special?
Dead ass.
Yeah.
Why? I know. I need to see what the fuck is because Kevin Spacey's trying to wiggle his way back in. And it's like, bro. Not only did you have multiple victims died and took their stories back.
Yeah.
What the fuck type of percentage is this?
I think Tim Dillon's brand is that he's willing to sell out for anybody. So I think that's how you could justify it if you're Tim Dillon is I warned you guys. I was willing. I mean, he would have Kevin Spacey on his podcast for sure. to be fair, I might have Kevin Spacey on my podcast. I'm not going to lie. If he messaged me today.
I'm not going to lie, brother. I hope you're ready for what comes with that. Because did you read the victim shit?
I know. And the problem is, like, that's how all these, like, you feel like you'd have to say it. If you had Kevin Spacey on your podcast, you'd be like, you got to let me ask you. And then just be a really awkward thing. Yeah.
What? You going to ask him
How's
to
that
pull
gonna
out?
go?
He's going to fuck you.
I'm like, do you like me? Do you like me, Kevin? Are you into me?
No way. Bro, people be playing
Well, now that would be it. If you bring him in and start hitting on him the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are, not just you, but like
That'd
people
be
dancing the dance. Like, if somebody says they're like a serial predator and you're like, I'm going to be edgy and interview them, your butt might hurt when they're done interviewing you.
You're probably
this
right.
Is somebody who's a danger. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't like he going to tickle you to death. No, he's going to fuck you, and if you tell someone, he's going to kill you.
I don't understand, like, what, like, see, the thing is, he's like, what's so funny about Kevin Spacey is the fact that American Beauty exists. Like, the fact that movie even exists.
The fact that he kind of, like, is the role all the way through.
Yeah.
And that makes you think. Sometimes when you see a role, you like, fuck, you did it really good.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he nailed it. Yeah.
Too good. It was like, oh, you played a creepy old man that want to do this nasty stuff to young women really well. Here's an award. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, like, Kevin Spacey did do a lot of good movies. Like, you do want to... He was in 7. He was in 7. It's like...
What's in the box?
It's like, okay, it's like Kanye West. It's like Kanye West did
Kevin
he made
Spacey
Graduation.
Is not like, Kevin Spacey is not like Kanye West because nobody's dying from fucking Kanye West allegations.
Right. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, Alec Baldwin, he shot somebody.
No, multiple people have died or recanted that story for Kevin Spacey.
Wait, they really died? They really died? I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Really?
So he had multiple people came forth and were willing to testify, right? Originally. I want to say at least 2 died. And then the other 2 took their stories back.
Really?
Well, because also think about it like this. If you're the 4th person and you watch your colleagues who also got, or victims, 1 die, 1 take their story back, the next 1 die. Fuck it. I touched my own asshole. It wasn't him. I'm going to change my story too.
That's true.
I'm fucking watching this shit happen.
Yeah.
And no justice is coming. So why would I fucking stick around? I'm going to stick around to get on I'm going to get on the fucking the trial, and I'm going to tell everybody about how I was an edgy podcaster, and I brought him in anyway.
You don't understand. It was an interview.
I was trying to go fucking viral. Kevin Spacey
go viral.
He brought his own edibles. It was crazy.
That would probably be a good PR move, even. If I just got Kevin Spacey in and then accused him, and he didn't even do it. That might be a good move. There's all kinds of things you could do.
There are, but yeah, that'd.
But you're putting yourself in harm's way. Is your point?
It's a real thing.
Yeah,
it's a real thing because after just 1 or 2 people, it's like, all right, we got a problem. 3 or 4, holy fuck, how is he still free?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, Cosby's the ultimate, right? Cosby's what, like 50? What is it? What? How? 30? I don't know the numbers.
I don't know what the fuck
it's
was
in the tens.
It kept going up. It was like inflation. It just kept going up. It was like, shit, is this
Yeah.
But he's out, right?
And he's back. He was in Riyadh, dude.
I don't know what's going on because
Because
Weinstein got out at one point, but then I think he went back. I don't know. It's a really, really sick world. You have to be careful.
I think Weinstein's out.
Yeah. It's a crazy thing. You got to know that even the dude from Jared from Subway,
Yeah, he's out
was
there.
giving kids footlongs the wrong way,
Yeah.
and was being watched.
Yeah.
Why he did it for years by the feds?
Now that part I don't remember. I don't remember the full
So
Jared
the feds,
Fogle story.
I do. I'm a sick person. He was using a subway jet. This motherfucker was flying around on a subway jet, corporate jet, which made Subway. Shame on you all. Potbellies would fucking never.
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't. And while the feds was watching him, so they to get evidence, they had to watch him in the act. And so they watched him in hotels with the kids and asking the kids to go get younger kids and stuff like that. So that's why they had so much evidence that it was an open and shut case, because they watched him for years. My whole thing is damn, after the first time, y'all don't want to kick in the door?
Maybe a week. How long does it take? For real, I get if you're trying to collect evidence, but a year?
Much fucking evidence, bro.
How much evidence do you need, right? Did you ever see the movie Sicario?
No, I know it got some good ass actors in it though, don't it?
Yeah, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. What is it about?
It's also directed by Denis Villeneuve, however you pronounce it. He's the guy who did the Dune movies, all that.
Oh
He's
shit, the
awesome.
Dune movies is amazing because they were so good. It helped that dude, that young guy, get him a Kardashian outfit, right?
Yeah.
That's how you know you're really successful. Is your project good enough to get a Kardashian? You know what I mean? Did you drop, My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy, and did you get your Kardashian? Did you drop, your Astro World and get your Kardashian? Mm-hmm. Did you get your championship ring, Lamar Odom, and get your Kardashian?
Yeah, you could call it the rule of K's. The rule of K's.
Yeah, I think so.
You could think about it as if you're, I like that because my version of success to me has always been either going on Hot Ones or being interviewed by Nardwuar.
Ooh.
Those two things. Once
Are you
those
ready
happen,
for how you gonna pull something out of your past like that?
It's gonna freak me out. Because the thing is, I already know it's gonna freak me out, and I don't know how. That's the fun part.
Because he always gets you in a different way. You're like, motherfucker.
You always think you can't get people, and then he always gets them. It's hey, remember your teacher from when you were in 3rd grade? And remember that thing you said to her that one time on that piece of paper?
Bro, that'll fuck my head up. Yeah, you're right. That is a really... But see, just like that, mine is did you do a Club Shay Shay interview? Did you get your Kardashian?
Go, yeah. Kardashian. See, I should add Kardashian to the list because
I
think that's actually a good way to think about it.
I think that's more...
Club Shay Shay's fun.
Yeah. But and it's all sorts, right?
His podcast blew up. It's kind of crazy. I didn't realize how big it was till the Cat Williams, because it was already big before that.
It was, and then the Cat Williams just blew it up to a whole new what is it, the best interview of all, most viewed of all time,
which is nuts. And he handled it really well to his fucking credit. I mean, the interview is what it is because of him.
Yeah,
he just let Cat go.
You got to know when to let a motherfucker flow, man.
Yep.
And to your point, I think that you got to put the Kardashian thing up there with that. It's do you have the things you need to show your symbols of success?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. What's your status quo?
Can you get? I tried to do a Cat Williams once, and I had it for a little bit, but I've never really listened to Cat Williams except those podcasts because I'm a loser. It's
if you focus on him as a pimp in Friday After Next, I think you'll be good.
What I'm saying is, I don't think that's true necessarily.
See, I don't have it right now. I'll get it, guys, and then later on you'll see. But I don't want to embarrass myself.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Cat got one of them voices. To be honest, I'm glad you did that because you are a multi-hyphenated artist, and so
multi-hyphenated.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a fun term.
Yeah, it's something you should stand by, brother.
I didn't even know what that means.
So what that means is that you are a professional artist in multiple arenas.
I would say that.
So yeah, and so the hyphen is yes, I'm this and I'm this. So with me, I'm a writer and I'm an actor and I'm a stand up and I'm an improviser. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the reason I say that is you have all those things and you still have those little gray spots. For me, a gray spot for me, I did the Bob Curry Fellowship at Second City. I was selected for that, and I was super excited about it. But I get into this 15-week fellowship intensive, and you know what they did? Fucking made me shy. They said, hey, get on stage and let's sing. And I was like, yo, what the fuck did you just tell me? They're like, yo, we're going to help you sing. Do you do baritone or you do... I'm like, what? I don't know how to play a saxophone. What are you talking about? But you can have all of these things going for you, and you can be great at it. Does not mean that you don't have those little shadow spaces, right?
Right.
Like, they like, yo, in this scene, you're going to dance. And I was like, yo, who the fuck are you telling to dance on stage? Like, I don't know if you know historical context, but you don't fucking tell me to dance.
Yeah.
But, like, as an artist, we all got those gray spaces, and I urge, not just you, me. I work on singing more in public because we can grow, but also it just shows that we have those spots.
Yeah.
People get so wowed at us when we go and perform. No, it's certain shit that I won't get up there and do.
Well, I think that's what like improv. I think that's one of the good lessons you could learn from improv is that it kind of like a freestyle rap or anything is it forces you to just do it and you can't think about it. You just have to do it because when you do that, you kind of just figure things out. Yeah.
You'll psych yourself out. Imagine there's a phrase that says dance like no one's looking. The reason why it says that is because, like, even on a scientific level, all matter is different when observed. You know what I mean? And so, like, you know,
it's like Schrodinger's cat. Is that what it is?
Yeah, but
am I getting it right? Schrodinger's cat. Can't tell if I'm smart or not. If the cat is alive or dead, whether or not you're looking at it is what I'm talking about.
So it's damn near on some, and even on a molecular level, right? All atoms are different when observed, type shit. And so, on a macro level, you're different when people are watching. Meaning you will dance when people not looking, but now that everybody's looking, you worried about your two-step, or you worried about if you're gonna be able to hit that note in the shower. You don't get no hell. It's just you.
Yeah.
And it's like we have put a filter over the things we do in our expression of ourselves, and as an artist, the people who come in tap in for how Ruse is standard and how you're cut. That's what they came to see. Right? And so they need to see the rawest part of that, not the part that has a filter on it, not the part that has the filter from when you were 5 and somebody said, ew, you suck at dancing. Now you won't hit your step no more. Or you were 7 and in choir and somebody said, he sucks, he's flat. Now you won't sing no more. The world actually needs them off notes in order for us to be in harmony as a whole. Yeah. Because there's too many filters on our minds when we're expressing that art now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and like I think that's why I like podcasts again. That's why I think it's actually because it's like people having a conversation and it makes you realize, oh, you can just like think about things and just talk about things because people don't really forget that's a thing. And I think that's why I don't like cutting things out of podcasts. Like I don't like cut anything out ever. I swear to God, dude. I like it almost makes me sad when we're done or we're like during it or whatever, and people say, "Hey, can you cut out?" And I'm like, "For one, you're making me edit now." And for another thing,
who's editing this? Huh? You think I got a team of interns that I'm not paying properly?
Yeah. They'll mention the one joke they said 45 minutes in, and I'll be like, "God, okay, all right, yeah, I got you."
It wasn't even that good.
No, I gotta be nice. I gotta cut it out. But it's like, to me, I think all that stuff, like. For one, it probably doesn't even matter. Like, you think it matters, that thing you said that's going to upset people, it probably doesn't. Almost every time, nobody really cares, and if people do care, they probably don't even know you that well anyway. It's a waste of time. Like, even if you're, like, famous, like, what's the point in being so worried about what people are saying about what you're saying? Because people are going to say things. And it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter. And the other thing is, like, I just feel like it's that exact thing. It's that like that talking and that exploration and that thing. Like people identify with that. We all know that we're like flawed and we're not always right. And so when you hear people thinking out loud, it reminds you that we all can do that and we all are allowed to do that. And like if you don't see for now. And isn't that great? Isn't that great?
Timestamp this because you're not gonna know what's happening.
Sometimes I think that I'm like, I really got to get going on this podcast because I don't know how long I'm gonna be allowed to do this.
Man, especially with somebody like me, I just came off of a 4-month meta ban, so they banned all things attached to my. So my.
What did you do?
My dog. Nothing, and they actually emailed me saying that I did nothing, but they have a new AI. That's going through and it's chopping pages permanently.
Facebook's pretty bad.
So, it's all under the meta. And so it's just like, whether they take your platform by accident or intentionally, you should use it while you got it.
Yeah, YouTube is... So people don't realize YouTube has changed. YouTube didn't used to be this way, and it was the adpocalypse that changed YouTube. If you know your YouTube history, boys and girls, that's what it was.
Oh man, you taking it back to when YouTube was honestly just putting up any video. I like they used to call it like shit tube, because you will put up anything, like the most random, like going to the store. Like YouTube used to be so wholesome.
Yeah, well, especially like the early days. I mean, literally the first video on YouTube is the creator of YouTube at the zoo. That's what it is. He set the standard right away.
Man, bro.
Me at the zoo. Yeah. And you know what's nuts too is the guy who made YouTube, that guy in that video, after YouTube was sold to Google years later, he commented on that video and said this public statement about how he doesn't agree with YouTube's direction now, and it's not the same thing as what it was when he made it. So like, it's not like a theory. The guy who made YouTube is saying the same exact thing. It's so sad because they've monopolized video content on the internet. So it's not like there's another choice. I mean, they got rid of dislikes, so you can't even really express your discontent with things anymore.
Which is important because we should know how we're feeling, right?
Right.
And it's almost as if they're masking the communications between us.
Exactly.
Because one of the things that we need as humans is to know that you feel similar to how I feel.
Exactly.
Right. And now you don't know because the bots and the inflation numbers and the suspending or suppression.
If it wasn't fake before, it is definitely fake now.
And if you're watching or listening to this, I think the cool thing that we can do, the most revolutionary thing we can do, is to bring back third spaces.
Yeah.
Like bring back the coffee shops, bring back the shows, bring back the town halls, bring back these situations where we're talking.
Because I've seen people say that like
ideas.
The only way you can fight like AI and computers and robots is by having live events and getting together and being with people. Like that an AI, a robot, a computer, nothing can truly replace that, being around other people and the communication of that.
I hate to get all deep. But so when we talk about how the internet or social media is trying to eliminate those third spaces, those spaces where you exist outside of home and work, to rejuvenate, to communicate with your community, etc.
Rejuvenate and communicate.
I should be a rapper.
That was a bar.
Damn, you got me all. So outside of just those spaces being taken, it's important that we expand outside of our social bubbles. So we understand social bubbles on the internet. It's the people who like the things we like. They follow the people we follow. So we're in like a social bubble. When somebody posts something or when somebody passes away, everyone in this social bubble knows because people start to post, people start to share, etc. So that's the idea of a social media social bubble on internet. I want people to get out of their bubbles in physical world. I born and raised on the west side of Chicago, but nowadays you might catch me at like a coffee rave because I want to get out of my physical social bubble. I want to meet people who don't know the people I know, who have different experiences, different learned experiences, different knowledge, different resources, and I want to communicate with them and I want to create community with them, right?
Right.
Because I think that just like on social media, it's so important to get out of there so that you can learn more. The same thing applies in real life. So if we want to combat and not even combat, because we don't want to fight, we're here to grow our own. If we want to grow something so important, human-wise, that is going to be able to outshadow or outgrow some of the things that are happening on the internet, like the rise of AI and things, it's going to be a different type of connection. It's going to be people who are connecting with people who don't look like them, who have completely different experiences, and finding the humanity in their connections, in their similarities, and realizing we have more in common than we do in difference. That is going to be what's going to stop AI, right? Not like throwing your phone at, somebody who voted differently. That won't stop anything.
That's easier said than done, right? Because I think it's against natural instincts to
100%.
Communicate with people you
100%.
disagree with.
You know how long I was on the bus and the train to get here?
Yeah.
At least 2 hours. But the energy that you put forth is going to impact the world around you.
Yeah.
We can all be in this simulation together, but experience different worlds.
Yeah.
And if in your world you go the extra step or the extra mile, that is returned in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm actually not here to say how it should come back to me or if it does at all. But I'm here to train my mind, my heart, and the stuff around me is that we go hard in everything, and then however it falls is how it falls.
Right.
And that includes in our interactions with people all across the city. It doesn't make sense for us to allow ourselves connection to people in other countries to be so tight. I ain't never met this person, but I won't get up and travel an hour physically to connect with people. It just is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Especially if we know the importance of human-to-human connections and we understand what we're going against. People losing jobs, gang. It's a kiosk managing a kiosk right now. Oh my God, no human in the building getting a check. So we have to combat that with the same type of urgency, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We're looking at urgency. It's 10+% of people graduating right now with unemployment. Oh my God, that's terrifying. What does that look like? People-to-people connection, more people relying on people, more people-to-people support, more mutual aid. But in order for us to have that connection and be those people, we have to link in person.
Yeah, and I think like being in person is the thing that reminds you how human we all are. Because it's easy to forget that if you stay away from that long enough. You like dehumanize yourself. And to me, like I do that to a fault when I'm around people. I'm terrible at using my phone when I'm around people. I'm terrible at like doing anything when I'm around people because I just like I can't. But it's important for me to do that because when I'm away from people, I can so easily get sucked into that other world right away, and then I'll lose hours and hours and hours, and that's how it goes. And like you just have, and you can lose days and days and months if you allow that to happen. I mean, that's the problem with Pandora's box being in your pocket all the time, is you have the whole world in your hands, and you're not supposed to have that. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be you go out and you find the world, and the world's right there all the time. That's the problem.
Man, and to your point, I think that's why I was talking about a bit in the beginning of the pod about like that discipline. Like, yo, I don't have a TV in my bedroom. I like to not have my phone in my room.
Yeah.
And so I try to set up my day where I can sleep or get enough sleep so that I can hear it while alarm from another room type shit. Because if you don't got enough sleep, you're not coming out of REM sleep. But it's just me thinking about the type of spaces I want to create. I want to even have no Wi-Fi type spaces. You know what I mean? Where there isn't a router on. I want to be able to isolate in that way, right? But the reason I do that is because I counter technology with the human connection as well, right? So now I make sure that I am connecting with people outside of my community, outside of my geographical area, outside of my background connections, etc., because that is what's going to matter. It's like, yo, you're going to have discipline. Ain't no other way to combat it because, dog, like you say, this addiction. This thing hitting like heroin, bro. Yeah. Like, this thing hit and you like Pookie off New Jack City. Like, I don't know if y'all ever get a lot of notifications. Don't let it be fine, people. They be fine.
Yeah.
They be fine. And then the algorithm know what you like and there be a lot of them going live. You're like, oh my God, oh my God.
You don't want that.
It's attacking your nervous system. It's making you high against your wishes. Yeah. You thought you was clean. You have 12 notifications. Yeah. Yeah. And you don't turn it off because sometimes it might be like an auntie or your grandma. So you keep it on because of that one wholesome notification. But the rest is, oh boy, I'm off for 2 shares. Don't let it go viral. Oh, bless your nervous system.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be chasing the horse.
Oh, the viral things are the worst. Oh.
You're going to be chasing it.
You don't want that.
And the only way to combat that is real structure and discipline. Dead ass, especially if you're like a content creator, because then you're going to get freaky. You're going to try to make 30 videos trying to chase that highlight. Mm-hmm. But if you had a discipline structure of like making 5 every morning regardless, you ain't got a trip.
Yeah.
Because the same way you react to your losses, how you react to your wins.
Yeah, I've heard people say the whole post and ghost thing. I don't know if I'm capable of that because I'm a human, so I do want to see things. But yeah, it is the best thing you could do is just like post, like know that you're going to post and post, like to have a structure. That's a good way to put it, because one thing I would say, like even just in terms of making art in general, is to have like a reliable format or structure or like procedure where it's like I always know I can do this way, so I can do it over and over and over again, and that's reliable. Rather than like worrying about what you're gonna do next. There's always going to be another thing, because this is something I can repeat and do over again.
A repeatable process, something that you could actually, you know what I'm saying, scaffold if the time comes.
Because that's how you're going to have, like, you know, the amount of things you want to put out to stay on top of it without, like, getting lost in trying to make the best possible thing. Is you just make something that you can, with music, like if I'm trying to promote a song, I would think the best thing I could do is not film one big music video, but film like 30 videos of me singing that one part of the song, so that way people are going to go check out the song. Because what's the likelihood that everyone's going to go watch that music video? It's probably pretty low. But the likelihood that people will be scrolling and they'll see this
that clip, that one part of the song, like that part, then go look for the full. The same thing with podcasting.
Because you could spend...
Same thing with comedy.
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah. Exactly right,
but, you know, you're reeling people in, and that's why once you get that structure, that discipline, and you're doing that thing, and you got that repetition, you got that consistency, it's based off of your standard, and it doesn't shift or fluctuate, right? And so you don't trip if you get 200 views or 2 million, because you already had what you should drop the next time anyway. So far,
I think these people are crazy for not.
Bro,
I blame the algorithm. The
algorithm is so vicious. But like to your point, you mentioned it earlier. If your goal is to hit the Madison Square Garden, and you think about like what people who do the Madison Square Garden, what their mornings look like. With like one of the things I learned this year that was super big for me, managing like who manage you, managing your agency, managing, you know, the people who are going to be interacting with you on a daily day or maybe week by week basis, especially when it comes to big events. Do you have a tour manager? Do you have an assistant? Do you have, you know, what does that look like? How do you manage people? How do you manage your social media? Because you have to be able to have something that is already so orderly that you can pass off to a social media manager.
Right. Yeah.
But are you that neat right now? Right. And so that's why I said people should really. Well, I like the idea like the day after, because what are those little things that you don't have right now? One of the things that I didn't have, a structured blast. Do I have my Facebook group? Do I have my email list? Do I have my text blast ready? Do I have all of these things ready so that my whatever person can easily take that over and run with it? Or if I get banned on Meta, I have an alternative route on how I reach my fan base and things like that. On my own Substack or whatever, right? So it's like you have to build with that in mind. So like shit, you got to know the next day people checking in with their people. If not, their assistant is checking in with all them people, and their assistant come and debrief with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But how can you even have those thoughts if you never even thought about having an assistant to have to manage your people? You know what I'm saying? So that's why this year was big for me, because it get down to the nitty gritty. It's like, all right, you know, people be talking like, I want to get rep. You know what it's like to, you know, not get money, and then your rep is looking at you like, what's up with the money? Yeah. Or, you ain't got no buzz, or you do got buzz, and now that money coming in, but you got to pay them percentages. So it's like, shit, get ready to ball now, because you want to ball at that level. Start now thinking and managing and building for that moment, for that.
Because I think people excuse me. I think people idealize things. Like I think people think of it like, oh, that's then and this is now, and like then I'm gonna have everything figured out, and then I'm gonna have people who are gonna do all that stuff for me, and then it's gonna be easy.
Bro, I just watched Issa Rae, and I can't remember who else she was talking to. They talked about how being forced to edit made them better writers, and I can attest.
I mean, I would even say that you should learn to do the production part of what you do, like immediately. Like for music, you should learn to mix and master and record. Like if you want to be a musician, and you like, for me, just out of convenience, that's why I did that. Like, I don't want to have to go to a studio and do all this. I want to record my music, so I will have my music. I don't want to rely on people.
Even say Interscope is like, we're not gonna fuck you on a 360 deal. We're gonna give you some type of cool indie type of distro deal. You're like, oh, that's sexy. You take it. You got to be able to go in there and manage the people that certain parts of your budget is allocated to. Meaning the mixer and master, meaning your production people, meaning the people who make the beat, etc. Right? Because now you know so much about it that you can talk to them about the things that you want.
Yeah, and that stuff matters. Yeah, because if you don't know what you're talking about, then you're just kind of fucked because they can just take advantage of you. It's like going to a car salesman and knowing nothing about cars.
And that's the beauty of knowing what you want exactly. Because if you ever pull up to the car dealership and you don't know what you want, but you got money, they're gonna bend you over and they're gonna lick the tip. And they're gonna go to town. And so
it's Kevin Spacey on a podcast.
They're gonna Spacey you. If you go to unprepared, they're gonna Space you. So, that's hilarious, by the way. But no, the same thing is with comedy. There's people right now that are like, I don't know if I want. Well, you need to know if you need to be aiming for a tour manager, or if you need to be learning the ins and outs of writing, or if you need to be learning the ins and outs of acting, or what have you. Because if you don't
build your skill in that,
man, dog, you better. Because if you want to be multi-hyphenated, or if the people who are in your top 5 are all multi-hyphenated, when was you gonna get them skills that they had to be in those spaces that they want to be? Like, for example, me, I absolutely love Will Ferrell and all of his work. He has a great body of work. I then need to know how to hold a scene. I need to know how to improv in a scene.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those earlier comedies, it was mostly improving scenes.
100%.
Yeah.
And you can't get to improv until you understand beats and you understand what a scene even needs.
Yeah.
You also got to understand character. You got to understand all of these things before you can even get to that level, so you can do that now. And now, by the grace of God, when I'm in movies, the directors be trusting me. They'll let me wild out, let me improv things. But you can only get to that point by all of those little steps of like going to courses, doing in-person shit, doing live performances, doing runs of shows where you switch up certain lines depending on what's going on in current events and in the climate of the world, because you have better understanding of how to keep your lines and practice your lines and read your lines, execute your lines. There's people who be funny as fucking stand-ups. They can't deliver lines on stage.
Yeah.
Or they like, man, I want to be Issa Rae. You don't even know how to read.
Yeah, it makes you appreciate those people who do all of it. Like a Robin Williams. Like Robin Williams' improv in film is crazy. You wouldn't even know it's improv if they didn't tell you.
Remember you were talking about we were talking about the great spots. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
An amazing motherfucker. But great at characters and changing voices and things like that. That's a great spot for me. To be on one dinner table and be 5 different people, prosthetic makeup aside, different voices, different demeanors, different voice. Like, it's just, that's a different level.
Yeah.
And you can only get to that level of being 5 people after you're really good at being 1.
Exactly, yeah.
And then changing that, then being able to be, like, for example, Martin in the Martin show. Like, come on, bro. Martin was so many different characters, from kids to women to old women to, you know what I'm saying? To get to that point, you got to be thinking work back. What does this look like? What are those people studying? Who do they look up to? What are they doing in that in-between time? Jerry Seinfeld said he wake up every day and make a joke and write a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dave Chappelle said he got a whole jar where he just shake it and pull a topic out and write a joke about that in the morning, every day. So if we want to be like those people, then our work ethic has to, and if our work ethic match it, then we better put the discipline in it so that our work ethic stays the same even when our passion shift, even when grief hit, even when those things happen, like our motivation dry up. Motivation dry up, we still got to go and wake up in the morning and get that joke done.
Yeah.
Like, I got my homegirl, Sheeds, and other people who have wrote for, like, the BET Awards and stuff like that, writing every morning. Reading and writing every morning. And then I go to an open mic in Chicago, and somebody like, dog, why would I read? And I'm like, fuck. But the difference is, like, maybe they don't ever want to put a script in front of them, right? It's people who are funny as fuck who never looked at a script. I don't know too many of them. But that's their journey. You know
Well, you'll
what I mean?
never change if you don't like expose yourself to different things. I feel like you'll never actually like become that thing that is 5 different things unless you force yourself into being in all these uncomfortable situations, and
100%,
trying to
bro.
change, right?
Bro, I remember. So I just was in the Bob Curry that was selected for this 2025. I started taking classes at Second City in like 2015, bro.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know who was around in 2015, bro? People like Chris Red was
Yeah.
around Second City. Cicely Strong was around.
Yeah.
Like Sheeds was the reason I was even there. So when I pulled up, brother, I was very much so the little brother. When I link with them now, I'm very much so still the broke friend. So I understand your point, but what we have to do is get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I pull up and I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Cause I don't have anything to donate. I just want to listen and soak up game.
Yeah.
And we got to be comfortable with that because like shit, when I be out there in LA and they like, yo, little bro, I'm cool with that because in some spaces I got to be big bro. And I'm okay with being both because I'm learning.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you ever heard the quote, if you're the smartest person in the room, find a different room. I mean, yeah, like you don't want to be the best person in a circle or the best person in a group. That sucks,
dude.
Everyone thinks you're smart.
Gang,
You don't
tonight's
want
show
that.
is so fire. I'm on a lineup with like Christian Toomey, Stephen Haas, Kyron Harrell, and a few other people, but the lineup is just stacked and fire.
Where at?
That was last minute addition. Let me see. Oh, hold on one second. But I say all those amazing comedians' names because it's cool for me to headline sometimes. It's cool for me to be one of the more the funnier ones. I prefer these lineups like this that my boy Julian put together because this type of lineup.
Oh, is it Zanies?
It's not gonna be at Zanies.
I just know there's a guy Julian who works.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's the same Julian.
Yeah, but he's not doing the show.
Oh, that's funny.
It's gonna be
Shout out Julian.
It's gonna be at a sports bar, a speakeasy upstairs on 1400 North Wells tonight. But
Julian, for those that don't know, Julian looks a lot like who's that guy? He looks like, you know exactly who I'm thinking of, right? I can see it on your face.
Fucking actor.
Yeah.
I forgot the actor's name.
Darn it! If I saw Julian,
I
I would
pop
know.
up a picture of him.
Let's pull up Julian right now. This is what we need a producer for, is to pull up pictures of Julian. Julian actually messaged me. He wanted to come on the show. I should get him. I didn't know he's producing shows.
He's starting. This is his first one ever. So.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah, shout out to my dog Julian. He doing his thing. Like I said, this lineup is off the chain. So but.
I'm not going to remember who Julian looks like. Guys, in the comments, go look at Julian. It's Julian MTN on Instagram. Go find him and then tell me what you think he looks like.
He did an episode of my podcast, so if you want to see what he looked like in motion, check out the pod.
Oh, there you go. Now you can get a good look.
Beyond Bars podcast, a really dope podcast. I do that.
I'm going to put in the comments who it was because it's bothering me. So I'm going to go look at yours.
Beyond Bars podcast. I do that with Kathryn Gongaware, Felonious Monk. It's a podcast where we talk to people who have been impacted by the justice system, no matter if they did 6 months, 6 years. We talk about the positive that they're doing now and how the community can uplift the positive that they're doing, right? And support people in the community that's trying to do positive work. And what is that? Whether it be them being a chef, them being a comedian, how can we help them, stay doing productive things in society? We think a lot of people deserve a second chance, just not Puff Daddy. He did all that shit. Keep his ass there.
Jack Harlow, by the way. That's who it was.
Fuck.
It just hit me. It hit me while you were talking.
I'm texting him now to tell him, your ass look like Jack Harlow.
He's heard that before, I guarantee you.
I don't know. We finna see right now.
I guarantee you. If no one said that to him, then I'm wrong. But there's someone has had to have said that to him. It's like,
say you look like Jack Harlow, bro.
I say that with love, folks. I was trying so hard to remember.
Comedians are hilarious. I'll pull up to a spot and people be like, Kyrie, man, I ain't seen you forever. You look like T-Pain on vacation. It's like,
ooh, that's a good one.
No, it's not. Fuck them. But this is how comedians show their love. By telling you what you look like, you're like,
You know how it hit me? That song popped in my head. I was like, I was like, what the fuck? Who wrote that song? Oh, there it is. What'd he say? He
say, oh, man, I've been getting that for a while.
Oh, there it is. I told you. There's no way nobody said that to him. Well, I'm so glad I got vindicated right here live.
You gotta do it live. That's the beauty of podcasting. It show you who real and it show you the real. So
Gosh, that actually felt really satisfying to me.
that's what I'm saying. Instant gratification, like a microwave or an air fryer.
Because he looks like him. He really does,
He really
guys.
does. Hit that shit on the head. I feel like this brother's
great, man.
traumatized. He feel right back like, oh my God.
Again.
Oh my God. Who told you? Oh my God.
But speaking of trauma, I mean, your podcast, so that's fun, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to derail too hard, but it hit me, and I really had to bring that home, you know?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I think, you know.
But, I mean, that's cool. How long have you guys been doing that podcast?
Man, now this makes 2 years. We have just wrapped our 3rd season.
Okay.
And so.
Seasons, so there's like a break between seasons?
It's breaks between them.
Okay.
Just because our schedules are crazy because Kathryn touches road doing stand-up across the country.
And I know she
Felonious
does like
Monk
that
for show.
yoga stuff too,
Yeah,
right?
she has an entire show.
Prison yoga or something?
Well, no. So Prison Yoga is the actual nonprofit that she runs that works with Cook County prisons, teaching inmates yoga.
Okay.
But she has a show about just yoga in general that she made. Check that out as well. It's Flexible. Really, really, really dope show. Just had a premiere for that.
So that's her.
Yeah, she's a busybody.
And then
so then Felonious Monk is always touching road, and then with me, I write and produce for businesses and entities outside of Chicago. And so
the
I'm
Mafia,
always-
the Mafia.
Yeah, well, you know, they need PR, and we're not, you know, they
We get
gotta-
it. You can't say. We
Yeah,
get
because
it.
the Mafia needs their strategists as well. A lot of people think, you know, Instagram reels make themselves. They don't. And just because you are in the underworld doesn't mean that you don't need
That's true.
a strategized
Need promo.
monthly calendar of content.
That's
Are
right.
Are you putting the right hashtags?
Are you grinding or not?
Right? Are you
Like,
know?
yeah, you might be taking out the local Italian restaurant and you might be extorting the local barbershop, but are you on X?
Are you doing a crime or is the crime doing you?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a funny idea, just the Mafia trying to adapt to social media.
Well, that's actually a funny sketch. We should make a sketch about that because they need.
Did you post it, bro? Did you post it?
Oh
we
my
gotta
God,
post that
he
right now,
didn't
bro.
Post the post.
Yo, 3 meatballs right there. My gabagool. That's going in my story. That's a pretty good idea. A lot of, you know, I mean, obviously at the end, you got to like.
What do you got going on over there? Yeah, for the love of God, I'm trying to get this damn post up.
If we could get somebody to like go full Marlon Brando, that would be good.
He's posting a damn reel and not a story I told the kid.
We have to give him a promotion deal he can't refuse.
I don't know, boss.
And I could be like, instead of stroking a cat, it could be like a video of a cat sitting there. You know, he could have like videos of a cat
We got
playing.
a robot cat.
Ooh, Robo Cat.
It got to be a robo cat.
Yeah.
Because who's to say when we're dealing with robots that the Mafia is not gonna get? They got the robots. You think the underworld has changed? No. They got Snapchats too.
They're adapting.
They're
They'd probably be like the police, where they've like got the stuff we don't even know they've got yet. The Mafia's got like a robot dog and shit
Easily.
with like guns on it. You know, those things you see on Instagram every now and then. You're like, yeah,
That
Terminator's real. It's
I'm
definitely
hoping
real.
we get Batman by then.
Dude, you'll need Batman.
We would need Batman.
Batman to fight the robot dogs that the Chicago
Please.
police are sicking on you.
Oh man.
The gun's got a
It
machine.
might be ICE police at that point. Shit.
Yo, ICE police with dogs with machine guns on them, and the dogs aren't dogs, they're
Don't
robots.
give Elon ideas. Oh my God, I hope
Yo.
Elon don't watch your pod because we just gave him ideas.
Yeah. That's the problem. I think if Elon came on my show, I'd just give him a bunch of bad ideas. I'd be like,
my
Elon, have you
God.
thought about robot dogs that could work in ice? Somebody presented this to me once.
He gonna look at you like,
Yeah, right.
where do you work?
Start giving me scary looks. No, I haven't thought about
Elon
that.
is gonna hire you to make the robot dogs with guns that work for ICE.
I'd be like, you know, my great idea is I'd be like, you should add a rocket launcher to it. I'd be like, a rocket launcher would
He's
probably
like,
be.
shh, don't say that. We've been working on the prototype.
I just be playing GTA as like research, you know? I'd be like, there's a lot of things we could do with these dogs.
While you playing, you gonna think it's GTA. You gonna really be running around a California city with this damn dog.
Yeah, just to figure out the map. I'll be mapping out the city with the game even. That's not a bad idea. You know, you can go to these cities, like GTA 4 and beyond. You can go to New York, or you could go to LA, and you kind of know where things are. Just because you've played the game.
Speaking of going to other cities.
Ooh.
I have a really cool show that I created called Ask a Comedian that is going to be here in Chicago. Last show of the year. Next year, we're going to be taking it to some other cities and showcasing some amazing dope comedians from Chicago's scene as well as local. So no matter where you may see Ask a Comedian, we're going to make sure that we bring in a local vibe. Ask a Comedian is a show where we have QR codes and we allow people to submit anonymous questions to the comedians. And they answer the questions live after their set. So if they have a set talking about, you know, how they need new drawers, you may ask them a question like, yo, what size? And you're more of a brief or a boxer guy. Maybe you really want to know, like, you know, do they fold their toilet paper or do they scrunch it? Because you don't respect scrunchers. I don't know what your thing is.
It's your question.
It's your question. And so the beauty is it's anonymous. So people ask really wild questions or sometimes beautiful questions. And the comedians riff off it. They have fun. We answer them. It's really interactive. Saturday, December 13th, here, Lincoln Lodge.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if this comes out after that or not. But is it every month?
It is.
So there you go.
January,
so if you missed it on December, if you missed it December 17th, and you're hearing this after that,
December 13th. If it's after December 13th, then lock in with us in January for January 17th because we'll be back in Lincoln Lodge. Doing the thing.
January. Did I just say 17th before you said 17th?
Yeah.
And it was the 17th?
Yeah, it is. It's January 17th. Yeah.
I was thinking, wow, I'm an idiot. But now I'm accidentally not an idiot.
Actually,
not even accidentally. Guys, I'm a genius, and that was proof. I've been trying to say I'm a mind reader for a long time, and I think that was visual evidence.
Yeah.
I think I just used my powers on accident.
You can't use powers and bring Elon here. That'll be your last pod.
Read Elon's mind. So you do want to end the world, huh?
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. He's the type to cut the cameras, but not the mic.
You know what I don't like about the whole brain chip thing? If you ask me, what I see Elon say is he's like, oh, well, we could communicate better if we could just communicate through our brains. If I could just send you a thought directly. And what I hate about that is like, that's such an anti-human thought. It's like, how could you possibly think that? The beauty of art, the beauty of anything is the fact that it's interpretive, that there is no direct message being sent. It's like a thing that is meant to make you then think and create your own conclusion. That's what the best art is to me, is something that isn't so definitive. So this idea that I can just send you something and you seeing exactly what I'm thinking is somehow better than that messy communication that we have naturally. Like, I feel like that's part of being a human, is that we don't communicate directly, right? And we're not supposed to.
Well, you know, that's why we got to bring those third spaces back. Some people they forget, right? The ins and outs of communication.
Yeah, because it's not, like, I don't even think being around someone is as simple as being around someone. Like, something different can happen, right?
Also, in being, like you mentioned, like, in the moment, you can be around people and everybody on their phone.
Yeah.
You know? But hopefully, when I go to a party, they not, and people are, like, twerking. And you hear booties clapping.
And twerking isn't just twerking, by the way.
You gotta be
it's
in
much
the moment.
more than that.
It's about being in the moment and connecting.
Yeah.
And expressing
Truly it is, though. Oh, and you know, something I thought of earlier when you were talking about actors, it reminded me of something I read recently. I want to say Joseph Campbell, and he had all these theories on like mythology and the importance of mythology, and he's written awesome stuff. And he was getting asked about actors, and he said like an actor is godlike, mythologically speaking, in the sense that they are two places at once.
100%.
Like they are there, but they are also somewhere else. And like it just, as you were talking earlier about like somebody doing 5 different things or doing all these different things, in my mind, it is kind of that same exact thing where the fact that there are so many different things at once, so many different places at once, it's almost like in spiritual sense, they are multiple places at once.
100%.
Like, it's not even just that they do different things. It's they're literally manifesting these different character, like personalities.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And interacting them. So, for example, I write, and so the project that I just became lead writer for, and in it, you have to write for characters, but you have to understand the character. You have to know their background. You have to know what they want. You have to know how they would interact with roadblocks, getting what they want to get what they want, right? So if you are writing for a more beta character that is not confrontational, how do they circumvent a confrontational person to get what they want? Or like, it's just so many things, and you're playing out this thing in your head. The way that I draw up or set up my dry erase boards when I'm writing, right, like a sketch or for these scenes, is way different than the way I would write a set for tonight. You know what I mean? One, because those comedians I was naming are funny as fucking hell. But also because it's a little bit different. It's just me.
I think like the best story writing is what you just said, where it's character driven and the choices the character makes have to be justified by the character. Like you can't. So like what Breaking Bad, the reason I like that, the way they explain the writing of that show is they never knew where they were going. It was always that they were trying to think, what would this character that we've established realistically do? And that's literally, they just fucking didn't have anything planned and wrote the whole show that way, and somehow it all made perfect sense. And then they did it again with Better Call Saul, which is a prequel.
I heard it was good. I heard Better Call Saul.
I think Better Call Saul is even better than Breaking Bad.
Really? I never seen it. I read about it being good. Like
it's very good.
Had some rave reviews.
Because you would think they couldn't pull it off again, but somehow they managed to do that, where it's like, because that's the whole game, is it's about the characters. It's not even really about the plot. You like it for the people and the characters, and you connect with that. That's why Breaking Bad works, is because you connect with this character that's really the bad guy, and then it fucking mind fucks you by the end, because now it's like, oh wait, he's the bad guy.
You see him become more of the villain
as
time goes on.
And those
from
choices make sense. Those choices make sense. So every single time he does something and becomes the villain, you as the viewer, because they've written it properly, are always like, oh, well, I guess I can understand why he would do that. And you know
what? I think that is the sign of good writing.
Exactly.
Did I humanize Venom? Did I humanize...
Well, villains especially, right? Because the villains are the hardest thing to write. Like,
comedians are villains. Well, if a stand-up gets up in front of you, a stand-up doesn't get up and be like, oh, man, so I really think the world of, all indigenous people, women, children, and disabled people. No. They get on stage and they say, man, I really think old people are pieces of shit. Yeah. They get on stage, they say, yo, I think, reality TV stars can only run a government if people are stupid. Like, they say shit. It's like, hey, why did you say that? And then we explain it. Then we humanize our rationale, right? It's funny how we connect the dots. But you have to be that difference. You have to, you know what I mean? Like, show... an instructor at Second City actually told me like 10 years ago something very important. People did not buy. They spent $5-10 at the door. They didn't come to see the best parts of you. That's fucking stupid. They came to see the most broken parts of you. So when you get on stage, don't hide it. That's what they came to see. That's what they came to show. Because somewhere down the line, someone told you that a broken crayon can't draw a pretty picture, and that's just not the case. So people came to see what them broken crayons draw, right? They came to see those cracked up pieces of this vase, because that is the beauty.
Interesting. So like, just don't hide that part of you, essentially.
I think in rationalizing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're a shitbag, you're gonna still be a shitbag. But if you are a person who's not perfect, who's just trying to be a better human, I think that your energy is gonna always permeate that. Like, I was talking to a young comic, and she's not black, but she was writing jokes about other stuff, and I was like, hey, when you write jokes about different communities and shit, they can't be the punchline. And it fucked her head up, because you can, as a comedian, you can always observe. But your job is to not punch down on a community that's already getting shitted on, right?
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be a person of the people. Or if that's, I don't know, maybe you want to be like a shitbag, they get canceled. But if that is not, whatever your intention is, it's going to always come across.
Yeah. Well, what occurs to me too is like nobody's the villain in their own story, right? So like you don't want, and if you are the villain in your own story, that's probably like a terrible life to be living.
But also
right?
explain why you're the villain. Like I like a comedian that's like, Joe, I'm not the best person, or I'm not the best person because of this.
But that's I think that's exactly the idea, right? Is if you're not the villain in your own story, you have a rationalization. You have a reason for why you're the villain. Like that's why good villains are written that way.
And good comedians make you fuck with them at the end of the show. People still hugging you. You said you tripped your grandma down the stairs. We still laughing because she unplugged the Nintendo. She had it coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's about being able to bring people around to that. Like I got a bit I'm working on right now about getting my mama high. She really needed that trip. And it was an amazing story.
Yeah.
She also was like, I can't feel my legs, Kyrie. And I reminded her she's in a wheelchair. You never felt your legs. Well, you haven't felt them in years. But it's about bringing people around on that story. Because that, so yeah, that's the beauty of like really good comedians. They can bring you around on why it's fuck vegans.
Well, I think it's like about, I think that's a big... I think art, with music, you can do it, and comedy, you can do it, I think, even in a more pointed way, where it's like you can expose someone to an idea that they didn't even realize they identified with. Like, they didn't even know that they felt that way. But laughing is different, because laughing, it's happening immediately. Like, you already did it before you knew you did it. Whereas, like, music... You can hear a song that makes you think, and you're like, oh, interesting. But like a joke will just get you. You're like, fuck, I guess I am racist because I laughed at that. That's literally how it works.
And like, and man, but it for all the things, you know what I mean? Like whether it be joking about like just, rent, the cost of food.
Anything. The truth of it, like acknowledging the truth in it and highlighting that, And I think like, I mean, you could... spend forever like trying to philosophically explain comedy, but I do think that there's a magical thing that does happen. I think it's like, I think discounting that, like just in any form of entertainment, it's kind of like a bummer to me, because there's something you can do when you're on a stage. You can create something when you're on a stage that most people can't do, especially if you're talented, especially if you have whatever it is. Like, you should use that all the time, because that's something a lot of people don't ever get a chance to use. And like that's an opportunity. Like, and for me with rap, it just drives me nuts, because I see so many people phoning it in my mind. Like, this is like fucking just, even if your music is good, if the most of the people who perform, and this has like become something that's permeated like everything now, like big pop artists do this at festivals. They lip sync openly, like you're playing the studio track and then singing over the studio track. So it's like they didn't make a live mix, they didn't make nothing. They're playing the studio mix and they're just singing over that.
They're playing Spotify.
Yeah, and like it blew my mind when I saw I think I saw Sabrina Carpenter do this.
Oh, not my girl.
And the thing is, what's her name? Rome. What's
Chappelle
Chappelle Roan, the lesbian.
Yeah.
So
okay, I don't know all the people. I thought that was Charlie.
She's the one. Hot to Go. Hot to Go is a big song of hers.
Stuff, yeah.
She's pretty popular.
Okay.
She came to Chicago for the festival Lollapalooza, and she had like a huge audience. She blew up recently.
Nice.
But the thing is, like, she was sick for a show, and the thing you would do in the past was you would cancel a show. What she did was she showed up and lip sync the whole time, and her fans knew. She said, "Hey guys, I'm sick, so I'm just gonna lip sync this whole show.
They dance and
I hope you guys, and just sing along." And the fans just all accepted this. And what I'm saying is, you are lowering the standards of everything when you do shit like this, guys. Just cancel the show and give everybody their money back, because what you're doing is you're getting everybody accustomed to listening to MP3 files at a concert. And that, like, this is something I saw when I started making music at local shows, and that's why it drives me nuts, because it's like you'd see people do this and their excuse is, oh, the mix is bad. The guy who's running the mix doesn't know how to mix my voice, so I'm just gonna use my wave file that. And the other part of it is most people don't mix and master their own music, like I said to, so they don't have a live mix. They can't pull their vocals out of the mix. They only have the mix that the producer sent them that one time, and they don't want to pay the guy more money to send them a new mix. So this is how this becomes a thing.
You see how you understand it, right? Like understanding the game has to be.
It's maddening because the thing is that's
so
I'm trying to
unfortunate,
diagnose the problem because I'm trying to understand why do people not even it makes people lose the actual thing that is live performance. Like what you're supposed to be doing as a rapper, as a performer is performing.
But think about it like this. People go to concert expecting to laugh, but the person whom they're buying tickets for doesn't do stand-up.
Yeah. Well, and that's what it is.
What does that look like once we shift expectations? Because, I don't want to put no comedians out there, but people have these. They got
who you are, folks.
Oh, you're because they're ruining comedy.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be a comedian, but there's shows where they fill up these arenas. They're not actually doing stand-up. It's just a show where you bring in rappers that famous people that and that's cool. But what are we doing with this opportunity? When we talking about that, if you're on stage and you got thousands of people around you.
Yeah, you could be elevating the art form of stand-up comedy. You could be showing everybody how good stand-up comedy could be, is what you could be doing with that opportunity. Mm-hmm. But instead, you're just doing this thing that's not even stand-up comedy.
Not even.
Yeah.
And what does that look like for comedy as a whole and then live performances as a whole?
Yeah.
Both are hurt. And so, to your point, I'm like, let's make live performances again.
Yeah.
Across the board, because right now y'all sucking at everything. I suck at everything.
And I think that there's a way to do it. Like, I think that it's actually like crazy to me to try to take, like, it's like you're taking the soul out of it almost. And I think part of the problem is that people have genuinely forgotten. Like, it's not even that, like, the artists are doing this on purpose. People have genuinely forgotten what it is to, like, be an artist because the world is so... I think it's like... There was actually something nice about the world of the 90s where it wasn't just like you saw that anybody could literally be anything and anybody could pick up anything and do anything. Like, it actually felt like skills had to be developed. Whereas
100%,
now,
100%.
it just feels like you can become this tomorrow and you don't ever actually have to become it. You could you could get notoriety and not even become the thing.
You got to make it look good.
Like, I would even go as far to say that it's something that you'll see in the stand-up world where there will be people with followings outside of comedy, and then they do comedy, and they have fans in the comedy world, but they're not comedians.
That's what I'm saying.
They have to develop that skill of comedy that they've never even developed before, and they don't. But they don't see it because they don't even understand the difference.
No,
right?
They don't even understand the lifestyle. To be honest with you,
exactly.
Because they may watch certain people that put on funny sketches, but you and I know. Even if they follow 10 people and they pull those 10, we know the lifestyle of 10 comedians really on the ground, really doing, $25 shows, etc. And their life look way fucking different.
Yeah.
They might sleep in a house where people don't even want them there type shit if they have a house, So it's like, I can't really... The lifestyle that they even look at, right? Not even just the glitz and glam, but like the day-to-day is
Yeah.
Fucking comedian with VVS jewelry? Oh, are we being serious? And I'm not here to lie and act like none of my favorites didn't have it. Red Fox used to have the jewelry on. Eddie Murphy used to have his chest hair out. I'm not going to act like Cat Williams didn't have his jewelry on for certain Pimp Chronicles, but it was called Pimp Chronicles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's uncommon for rappers to be having all the VVS's and all the things. I mean, for stand-up.
Yeah.
But now your stand-up is... Wait, baby, do you understand that stand-ups are broke? What are you talking about? What?
Yeah.
So it's like just shifting the idea because now people are like, y'all want to be a stand-up, I want the big money. It was like, unless you're trying to be Eddie Murphy or Jerry Seinfeld, what you talking about?
Honestly, I look at rap kind of the same way too, where it's like there's all this like, I get all this money, I get all this shit. It's like, if we're being honest, like, most rappers are poor. Like, shouldn't you be rapping about how poor you are? Wouldn't that actually be more relatable to most people?
Honest.
I don't understand where this idea is of, like, wanting to hear about some guy bragging about how much money he has in a rap song. I didn't even get that. I don't want to hear that song. I'd rather hear a song like Rock Bottom by Eminem, where it's like a guy talking about how poor he is and how it sucks.
Honestly, but that is more realistic, and that's why all of the other stuff is just hard, man. It's hard. You want to be authentic. Speaking of authenticity,
here we go. So, let's preface this with: I have so many books in this room. I asked this guy to pick up a book that stuck out to him. So he says, "Speaking of authenticity, let's talk about what."
Superman versus the Ku Klux Klan.
There we go.
I didn't know that this book exists. It's the true story of how how the iconic superhero battled the men of hate. This is written by Rick Bowers, who wrote Spies of Mississippi. So he talks a lot about in Spies of Mississippi. That's a really famous book.
Let's open up to like one random page.
One random page.
There we go. What are you seeing?
Champion of the oppressed. Superman was introduced in the world in 1938 as a champion of the oppressed. In time, his moniker morphed into the defender of truth, justice, and the American way. In his journey through comic books, comic strips, radio and TV programs, movies, and more, the character has kept a careful watch over the less fortunate and the downtrodden.
Wow.
From defending coal miners against unsafe working conditions. Damn, he's a unionizer. Would you look at Superman? In 1938, he was doing that. To supporting protesters opposing oppressive regimes in 2011. Superman has maintained a social conscience that is stronger still.
Yo, he was trying to find Coney.
Imagine praying over a book, and that is the first page you open. I guess that is what we're supposed to talk about, being a champion of the oppressed.
That's a good one.
And being authentic to yourself.
Champion of the oppressed. And, you know, I think being a champion of the oppressed, I think the best way that you can do that is to simply provide platforms and opportunities for the oppressed in your own life. Like, provide real change. Like, now, don't talk about it, but, like, do it. Like, find ways to do it.
Dog,
I think that's really the best way to do it.
That's why I made the podcast with Kathryn Gongaware. You know what I mean? That's why
Is that really why?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to, like, have a real thing you're doing for those guys?
Well, so before I did full-time comedy production, right, I was actually like a like cognitive behavioral therapist. I would do
wow. What's that? That must be a crazy job.
Yeah, I was doing peace and healing circles for and as well as resource coordination for people coming back from doing time.
Wow.
So violence intervention and prevention services. So we would try to bring around some wraparound services for people who have been in the system. They coming back. We're trying to keep them out. You know what I mean? So I was doing that for years, and then even before that, I was a motivational speaker. So like I always wanted to use my gifts for people and allow people to enrich me so that I enrich people. So it create like a cycle or a cyclical type of thing, because I think that the most important artists are people who use their art to help free people, or at least be an advocate of the people. You know what I mean? So that's why it's really cool that I opened that to see that that part. But also, I think the best artists automatically do that, because art is supposed to come from the inside, the heart. And what type of person doesn't feel oppressed in this world, right? How could we not talk about heart and heartbreak and struggle? And I don't understand how you can have a community of people supporting you if you don't speak to their struggles or be a champion of them in some right.
Yeah.
And that's going all the way back to whether it be Janis Joplin, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, you know what I mean? Like Tupac. Like, what are you talking about? And who are you talking on behalf or speaking up for? Because nothing else matters. You know what I mean? For real, for real.
They really, yeah. So another revelation I had with mushrooms, and this is the one that's like truly the one I'll never let go of ever. I remember it just hit me. This had to be about 5 grams, and I'm laying on my bed and I'm just looking up at the ceiling, and it just hit me right there. I'm like, boom. Oh, my life's purpose. Like, the reason I exist is to shine my light upon other people. Meaning
100%.
that it's not about what I do. It's about how I can then use the natural, whatever it is that I have, to highlight others, because that's what presents purpose to me, like true purpose. Like the thing that means something is always what I have done to incorporate others and lift others up and make others, like, it's not even what I say, it's like giving them a platform to say whatever they want to say that is actually the thing that is empowering to me. But it's so, and it's something I've had to figure out like over time, and what I've done ever since then is try to like make that what I represent naturally. I like how you just said a moment ago that people who are doing it right just do it naturally, because that is how it should go naturally. You should just naturally fall into something like that, because it's not like, it's why they say it's who you know, because it is. It's like the connections you make and the way you make people feel, and people see something in each other, and like if people feel like you see something in them and you pick them up and they know that it's not illegitimate if you prove it all the time, if you're always incorporating people in things and always giving people opportunity, always doing that. It's so obvious that you feel that way. It's like actions speak louder than words.
Bingo.
And so, yeah, dude, it's always been a puzzle to me to do that bigger and better to me. Like that's how can I then take that idea, that concept, and just do that in a bigger and better way? Because and I think there's like an art to it. I think it's why I respect Adam Sandler a whole lot, because you can say whatever you want about his movies, but all he really did was get famous and then give his friends a bunch of opportunities.
Seth Rogen.
And kept all his friends paid and all his friends happy, and that's it. Seth Rogen too, yeah. It's like there's...
Shout out to Whole Point Grey, because they really doing amazing things, and I had the ability to do some community service with them. So like, to your point, as much as he enriched them people around him, they give back to the community too.
And that's that stuff, it's just invaluable. You don't understand what you're doing when you're doing it. It's like a butterfly. If you don't know what that means, you can't see it. You know, you can't. You'll never see it. But it's like what you said earlier about like just going and having those conversations and doing those things. You don't know, you're doing the difficult thing, and you know that it's like you're going out of your way to do it, but you know it's going to pay off in the future. But you have to think that way. Like it's because you're never going to see it right away. You're gonna be the poor, struggling person for years. Like that's the other thing about these rappers trying to act rich. Dude, I know you're poor because we're all poor. Like you're gonna be poor for 10 years. Man. Like 2 Chainz was not rapping about being rich until he was rich. That's the difference between you and 2 Chainz.
Man, and trying to look rich, it costs more actually.
It costs a lot.
To look rich, it costs more than it actually costs to be rich.
Yeah,
it's cheaper to just be rich and being able to hide versus to be rich and I gotta show you I'm rich. That costs more money.
And I would rather hear this, like, I think what's more interesting is if I brought somebody who actually had like a struggle on a show and had them talk about their struggle. That'd be way more interesting than the other guy who's just going to try to act all cool and try to be cool. Like,
because the riches is the destination. The real wealth is in the journey.
Yes. Yeah. The real wealth is in the journey. Yeah, absolutely, dude.
My fucking phone is blowing up, man. I gotta get up out of here soon.
His dopamine's blowing up, like you said earlier. He's about to sniff his phone.
Fucking emails.
Start having a seizure on me. Whoa.
He's overdosing on emails. CC.
Turn your fucking sound off, dude. Jesus.
CC stat.
But what I was gonna say something else. I lost my train of thought, but that's fine. I mean, this has been a great episode of Ruse Radio here. Oh, I was gonna say about because it was about bringing people and that's what it was. I've noticed that about one thing you'll notice, because like you could say the parallel of like a rapper trying to act cool. It's kind of like when you're talking to a newer comedians, especially. You'll notice this with like people who are just getting started or people who haven't. And it's like no offense to anybody. It's a phenomena, and so it's like they think they have to be funny all the time, like, and it's actually kind of like I feel kind of bad for them because it's like I don't think they can take things serious.
You talking about the people who are like they're like trying their bits out on you while you talking to them?
Yeah, and like you put them on you put them in front of a camera, it only exaggerates the problem.
Because you could feel, because it's like,
because I think like you're putting walls up, even what you're doing, like you're never gonna, you're making this impenetrable barrier as a person. Like how the fuck is anybody ever gonna actually like connect with you ever? Man, that's what you are.
I was just watching Idlewild with Outkast in it, and Andre 3000 has a song that I could just leave off on that. It's like, yo, take off your cool. Like
wow,
people didn't pay to come to see you be cool, bro. They came to see the traumas. They came to see the uncoolness, the awkward shit. Like one of my bits that crashed, that's been crashing, is when I just tell people like, yo, I'm only the way I am because I had a really rough fucking childhood. So like, if you think this is cool, imagine growing up with a crackhead for a grandma. You're gonna be just as cool, I assure you.
I really like the Kendrick song where the hook goes, "You ain't gotta lie to kick it." I feel like it's simple as that.
Yeah,
even
you ain't gotta lie to
like
kick it, Joe.
People respect you more if you don't.
Fucking Julian, me and Julian thick as thieves. That's my dog. Julian looks like Jack Harlow.
And you know what? You better keep that alive.
I have to. I'm gonna tell him that tonight. What the fuck? And he be with them. He be with them steppers.
Yeah.
He look like Jack Harlow, but he be with them steppers.
You know what we could do?
Watch my podcast. You gonna find out.
We could start using him for skits as like a Jack Harlow lookalike. And that would be even better because he would sell it. Like, people would think it's him. I'm not even kidding. You could pull it off.
Jack Harlow lookalike.
Yeah, like have him like
I'll come and do a T-Pain impersonation with it. T-Pain and Jack Harlow make a track.
Even like maybe if you're like doing a set and you have like Jack Harlow in the audience as a heckler.
That's hilarious as fuck.
It's like, hold up, is that Jack Harlow? And the audience goes,
when he put on some fucking buffs and shit.
All he's got to do is throw on sunglasses and like a big puffy jacket or something. And people are gonna buy it, dude.
It's hilarious as hell.
Like maybe curl up his hair a little more that day.
Oh man, that's funny.
I think there's so many. Like, what's funny about it is you could convince an audience that it is Jack Harlow.
I'm telling y'all, man.
It's good enough to sell it. You know, it's like there's that guy that's the Logan Paul lookalike that Logan Paul keeps doing videos with. He looks like meth head Logan Paul. He doesn't look like Logan Paul. Whereas this guy,
great value, if you will.
Great value. Yeah, it's like if you were getting the cereal from the dollar store. And you're getting the Fruitios or whatever.
Fruitios is hilarious.
We've all had them. You know,
get your Fruitios.
Sugar Flakes.
Hilarious.
I love Frosted Flakes. It used to be my favorite cereal. But the way we always end this show is not about Frosted Flakes. It's not about that. But it is about something like that. It's because kids eat Frosted Flakes. And this show is obviously for kids. And so we're going to give a message to the kids at the very end. We always do a message for the children on the school bus. They're listening with their headphones.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's my audience. And so they have their headphones on, and they're about to get off the bus and get into life. Mm-hmm. And so you are going to provide them with a piece of information, a piece of knowledge, a piece of wisdom that's going to make their life better, more doable, more actionable. You are obviously a guru of children-friendly knowledge, and you're going to give it to them. And second, the social medias where people can find you. They've spent all this time with you, where they can find that podcast, where they can find those shows that you do, all that stuff. If they need that information, if they wanted that information in a collected, tiny little space, this is the space that they could go find, the compressed little pocket where all of your social medias exist. Do your best. The floor is yours.
For anyone listening, whether you're a young person or old, it doesn't really matter as long as you're breathing. If you hear my voice, I want you to really remember that you are enough. You are enough right now for love. You are enough right now for your wildest dreams and your most brightest goals right now. You don't have to work to deserve love. You attract love. You have already earned it. It's so important for you to go through your day knowing that you are enough. There's going to be a ton of things coming from the outside world reminding you of what you do not have. Do not let what you do not have or what you want to attain shift how you see yourself and shift how you value yourself. So continue to value yourself and remember that you are enough for whatever it is that you want, whatever your heart yearns. You are already enough. You do not need anything external. You are enough right now, and you deserve it, and you're valued enough for it. Follow me on all social media at Kyrie Da Comic, Kyrieda Da Comic, COMIC. Ask a Comedian, all one word, social media, and then Beyond Bars Pod on Instagram, TikToks, etc. It's on YouTube, etc. Super happy and grateful to be here, man. Shout out to Ruse.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you for being here. Thanks for stopping by.
It's all love.
A beautiful dap right here on Ruse Radio.
Catch y'all at Lincoln Lodge.
Clocking out.
Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block. It's a balance in the character, this calm and collect. It's apparent his caricature is lost in the mess. It's hysterical, the picture that